use of both meth and heroin is the highest it's been since 2001.
70% of inmates test positive for drugs at the time of their arrest.
By the time they graduate, over half of all high school students have used illegal drugs.
Kids whose parents use drugs are 4 times more likely to use drugs themselves.
The number of accidental overdoses has doubled in the last 5 years.
7 out of 10 rapes involve drugs or alcohol.
Addicts are 6 times more likely to attempt suicide.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
Hi, I'm Rich Sherber, Executive Director of Minnesota Teen Challenge. These numbers don't lie. They're the cold, hard statistics that make up our nation's drug epidemic. And though they provide an accurate measurement of the destruction that addiction causes, they cannot tell the whole story.
I'm a strong believer that people are born doing the right thing, but too often things lead them in the wrong direction. And the work that drugs have done to damage our communities, families, neighborhoods is extraordinary. And sadly, I see that every day. We need to reverse those trends and move people in the right direction.
As a county attorney, I'm in court every day. I often see the same drug offenders year after year. It's not that these individuals don't want to stop using chemicals. It's that they're so deep into addictions that they can no longer control their lives. If they are not able to stop using drugs or alcohol, they're going to end up in the county jail or in state prison or overdosed on the street or in a hospital. Or worse yet, they might end up dead.
One of the hardest things about taking care of people with addiction in the emergency department is that you know it's going to eventually kill them unless they get help. When you see people in that state, you know that it's somebody's brother or sister or mother or daughter or son, and it's so sad to see that this person has come to this point where their life has been ruined and they have very little idea it's been ruined. It goes so fast, and if you're into any trouble, you're already in over your head. You're already in over your head. You're already in over your head.
In over my head? Yeah, I was in over my head. After being kidnapped and sexually assaulted at the age of 15, life as I knew it was over. I didn't know how to deal with the pain, but the first time I tried cocaine, I thought I'd found the answer. Cocaine gave me comfort. Cocaine gave me power to escape the shame and the guilt that I felt. But eventually it had gotten to the point that I would do anything for it. I lied, I cheated, I stole, I used people, I hurt people, and became somebody that I never thought that I would be. Before I knew it, 2 more years had passed by. I found out that I was 6 months pregnant. That's the last thing you want to find out, is that you're pregnant and that you're 6 months into it and that you've been using the whole entire time. It was poisoning me and my child, and we were both dying, and I just had nowhere to go and nobody to turn to. And I remember at times when I could feel her kicking, and the only thing on my mind was to get to that next high. My daughter Bridget was truly a miracle baby. Despite everything I'd done, she was born healthy. But after she was taken from me, I lost my mind. I wound up living in a filthy hotel room, hopeless and alone, not caring whether I lived or died. I would sit in my hotel room and I would dream about my daughter, and I would imagine hugging her and kissing her and just telling her that Mommy loved her. And I just still couldn't stop using. I would have to smoke and drink myself to sleep. I'd wake up, I'd try to peel myself up off the ground, I wouldn't be able to, and I'd have to crawl over to the closest bottle of liquor and get that liquor into my system and grab a straw and snort some more cocaine, and it was just the same thing over and over again. It's not how you expect your life to be. When you take the first drink, or when you take the first cigarette, or do your first drug, you know, like you can't see past it, you know, you just live so much in the moment, and you never think that this is what your life would become. I knew I needed to go get help, and that's when I fell on my knees, and you know, I just cried out to God, and I just asked Him to help me, and that's when I heard about Teen Challenge. I can't take back the past, but I can look to the future. Going through this program was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it worked, and now I've been sober for 2.5 years. I'm finally happy. I feel normal again, but most importantly, My daughter's back in my life. And my favorite part of the week is Wednesday night, when I pick her up and take her to church. This program saved my life.
With all the numbers surrounding drug and alcohol addiction, it can start to feel overwhelming. Here at Minnesota Teen Challenge, all that really matters to us is the number one. The individual, people like Heather, who are broken and desperate. People who need a second chance. In this program, we see them break free every day. It's because of partners like you that we have the ability to continue reaching out our hands to the lost. Together, when we help a person change, we can also change the numbers.
I'm Rachel, and my soccer number is 44. Now that I'm not using anymore, I'm actually doing the things I love again.
Hi, I'm Bo. As part of the Minnesota Teen Challenge Prevention Program, I've been able to tell my story to over 33,000 students so they don't make the same mistakes I did.
My name's Tommy, and my number's 784. That's the address of our new house, where I'll be tucking my little girls in every night.
My name's Trish, and my number is 2. I'm the second person in my family to graduate high school, and now I'm going to college.
I'm Jason. After graduating Teen Challenge, I got a job that I can be proud of. Now I take the number 9 bus to work every day.
Hi, I'm Gavin. Hi, I'm Lane. My daddy's been clean for 18 months. Every time we're together, we have so much fun.
My name is Stacy and my number is 23. That's how old I am, and I'm getting to start my life over again. I don't know what God has in store for me, but I can't wait to find out.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.